Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Konadra here. Welcome back to Formula 1 2018, season number 3 of our career with McLaren, the first season of their march through the field. I don't know what I'm really calling that, but we are going to try and fix up McLaren here and get them moving on up the field. We got 1,688 resource points to spend, and I really feel like I want to spend a lot of resource points on powertrain, at least in the realm of ultimate power. This is the last engine power upgrade available to this team. It is a 3-week upgrade, but you can see it is a major upgrade. It will catch us up to the top 4 teams in terms of actual output. So I think this is the good way to go. It seems like this car is consistently down on power on the straightaways, so I don't see any reason why we wouldn't. Go for the exhaust engine power upgrade here. 1,400 resource points, and it won't be ready until Spain. But I think that's going to be a really pivotal change for our team here. Interestingly, starting this season out, this was a failed upgrade from last season. So a lot of this stuff does actually happen. Like, it's not just purely RNG as far as the performance of the other teams you're racing against. They are actually working through the same tech tree that you are. They just do it in a different way, for sure. But we'll see what that power upgrade does for us once we get to Spain.
We'd like to welcome you from wherever in the world you join us today for this F1 qualifying session here in Shanghai, China.
Indeed. Alright, here we go. Race number 3 with McLaren, coming off a great effort in Bahrain after an abysmal qualifying session. We ended up having a really good race through some good strategy, and overall I think just a well done race. Today in China, another one of my favorites on the F1 calendar. Really looking forward to it, and today is a monumental day. Well, not really, but hopefully it's going to be a day that we see less issues with the game. I am recording this from a different computer than usual. I have sacrificed my old render computer and my old gaming computer and combined them into one super really old hardware piece of crap computer that's approximately 15% faster overall. Have I sold you yet?
It's pretty empty right now. Lots of space.
Lots of space. I don't have track IR on today. I did not have time to mess with the drivers to get that working. But we're just going to see how things are working, and hopefully they are working well, because, like I said, it's a little bit quicker. The biggest news is, for whatever reason, the F7 button / key, that was weird, works on this computer, and it never worked on the old computer, and I could never, like, watch replays or anything, and it was always annoying in the menus. Not a problem now. So, we'll see. We'll see if that continues to be the case as we head out here for a Q1 lap in China. I'm actually, I'll say, fairly optimistic. I feel like we have a good chance of making it to Q2 today, if not further. Car felt really good in practice. I think because even though China has a super long straightaway and demands a lot of power, there's so many very long turns and big braking zones, sharp turns, long turns. There's every variety here, and it's one of the reasons I really love the place. The car just feels like it has enough, I want to say, aero balance. Like, it just feels really stuck into the track in turns. I think Perez is on an off lap here. Hopefully he gets out of the way. If not, hopefully he tows us a bit down that back straightaway. That could be huge for us. And it looks like that might be the case, unless he pulls over like right now. Stuck in a bit of aero wash right here. Okay, so we got a little bit of draft off of him. That might be exactly what we needed, though. We'll see. I hit VMAX real quick. Getting on the brakes down there is super critical. It feels so much better out of the hairpin and out of slow turns than the Haas did. It doesn't feel great down the straightaways, but it feels so much better out of the turns. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, we're going to Q2 today. No question about it. That toe definitely helped us. I'm curious to see what Alonso's pace is like, if he also finds good pace here. No upgrades to the car this week, so I have no idea why it's so much better here than it was at Bahrain, but it's certainly better. Alright, I decided not to go back out. I didn't feel like I needed to. P12 in Q1, P7 for Fernando, so I think the car is just really good here. Very encouraging. And what an interesting top 10 there. You got Haas, Red Bull, Force India, McLaren, and at the bottom of the list are your Ferraris and your Mercedes. That's quite an interesting thing that has developed. But we'll see if that continues throughout the rest of qualifying. They might just be taking it easy. Alright, McLaren, what is Q2? What do we do here? I do want to look at the car setup and make sure I've got all the fuel out of it. Mostly. This feels like a one and done kind of track, so I don't need more than the fuel to get out, do a lap, and come back. Let's try for one. I might end up having to do a couple of these to, you know, get the perfect lap to try and make it to Q3. And honestly, if we don't make it to Q3, it is not a disaster. I'd like to. I feel like the car has the pace to do it, but considering we have been fighting for 19th, I have no delusions of grandeur. Grandeur? I don't think that's the word, Cone. I think you should stick to just driving cars. This Renault in front of me is going to be a problem. Taking the air off my nose. Try to get out into clean air, but these cars make a lot of wash, so it's very difficult. We might just be betting a lap in right here. Make 2 runs and have a delta to go up against. Oh man, into here I think is one of the turns that either I excel at or the car is better than cars I've driven previously. A little bit messy on the exit there, but not too bad. So I guess the question is, does Hulkenberg have the pace to make it into Q3? Because I've been running pretty good with him here. And now he's going to give me a lovely toe down the straightaway. A lovely toe. Sorry, buddy. Well, we gotta go. Boy, I just missed his lap all sorts of up. But that was probably the toe that gets us to Q3.
Fantastic. That was the fastest lap.
I don't know. 31.7 doesn't feel like it is fast enough. I'm gonna sit around and wait for the time to come through. Okay, I guess I'm gonna get off the track. You know, I just wanted to make room for Hulkenberg. That's what I was doing there. 4 minutes to go, and we're sitting P8. I think I should go out again. Alonso has not really done anything, but I don't think he's made a second run yet either, so he's got time to improve. So I'm going to throw on another set. It's half a second faster, yeah. Tire wear, really, really big here, so you've got to have a new set to make another run. And you're only going to get 1 lap. Alright, open track in front of me this time. No reason to not have as good a lap as I can. I won't have any toe, so I'll definitely lose time on that straightaway. But I feel like there was a lot of time in the rest of the track that I was potentially being held up, although I just caught some wicked understeer right there. I was hoping the exit was going to be better, but it really wasn't. I meant to work for this one. Oh, caught a little oversteer out of that one. I see our I see our Q3 slipping away. Now I'm kind of overdriving the car a bit. I bet it's going to be Alonso that knocks us out. That'll be a bad feeling. A little bit better exit there, but I don't think it's going to overcome the fact that we don't have a draft on the straightaway. And you can see the Delta's picking up. That's a no good, and I really highly doubt we'll be any faster on a second lap. This is the only turn we might be a little quicker because we didn't have to pass anybody, but no, not really. Ooh, grind that curb. Nearly identical lap, actually. Great Sector 3, but that's not going to be enough. I'm going to stay in it and see what happens on a second lap, but I really have my doubts. That is where I lost so much time. Slightly better, but we'll see if it holds through the whole lap. See, the Delta's really bouncing around. We're just so close in time. There's the checkered flag. We're currently 9th. There's a lot of cars out there on hot laps, though. Let it run wide here. Too wide. It stepped out a little bit, but not too much. Caught a bit of understeer right there, but I had to feather out of it again. Alright, we're going to lose like a 10th on the straightaway here. Get that DRS open. 4 tenths, 3 tenths. Made a perfect last turn here. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Yes! Yes! We are definitely in Q3. I can't believe those tires held up for a second lap. I think that was like pure willpower right there. Fernando gets knocked out. 32-3. A 31-1 from us. That's pretty darn sporty right there. I thought the car had good pace here. I don't know where Alonso's pace went. He lost a lot of time compared to Q1. But I don't know that he got a second lap in, actually. I feel like that bug is still a thing, where they're not going out soon enough to run a second lap. I'm sure they'll fix this game someday. Alright, here we go, Q3. I'm only going to get one run, unfortunately, because I only have one set of tires. But we've proven that you can get 2 laps out of it. So I think I'm going to try and get my 2 laps in early and see where we stand. But if we qualify 10th, that is still such a huge victory. It would be lovely to repeat that Q2 time, because I think that could put us like top 5. But I kind of have my doubts. That was a beautiful lap. Like that, I do really, really love this track, but I don't feel like I probably have it in me to run that lap twice. Just a little graze of the pylon down there for good luck. Don't overdrive turn 1. It's so easy to do that. It's also easy to underdrive, which I fear I've kind of done right there. Let's get that power down and out of here. Just past 100. I'm hesitant to say this. I feel like I'm probably jinxing something. But to me, the game feels like it's running much better. Like even though we haven't had any hang-ups, beyond that, it just feels like it's smoother. But we're also running out by ourselves, and the weather is good, so we've not truly tested it yet. Let's hope for something in the mid ones. That would be about the area we want to be. Hamilton's already done a 31.6, See, I think times are going to pick up here in Q3. And I don't think we personally have time to pick up. I love that qualifying is challenging again. Oh, I actually took the pylon down. Whoops. 31.4. That might be good. It's not going to be pole. Don't get too excited, but it might be top 5. A little oversteer there. We are actually... Oh, shoot. We were actually up in Sector 1. Oh, 31.1. Catching too many slides here. Nah. This doesn't feel as stuck this lap. Nah, we're in the red now. No. Nope. Overdrove it. Okay. Well, that'll be our lap. We'll see where it gets us. I'm pretty darn proud of that one, though. I think I drove this car
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
pretty darn far up the... Did I say the right words there? I don't care. Pretty darn far up the grid, just off of some nice driving. I'm taking some credit.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, with Kevin Magnussen alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Grosjean, Raikkonen, Max Verstappen and Hülkenberg, Perez, Ocon, Hamilton and Red, Sainz, Gasly, Fernando Alonso and Leclerc, Stroll, Ericsson, Sebastian Vettel and Brendan Hartley, Bottas and Sergei Sirotkin rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Sounds good, Jeff. So I actually just went and investigated to make sure everything was recording okay, and it looked like qualifying. The quality of the recording just looked awful. I hope it's at least usable, but I've went in and I'm going to attempt to record the race in lossless instead of my usual rate control, and I don't know why it looked so bad, but we're gonna push through and hope that everything's okay. I'm actually going to have to stop at probably the second pit stop and make sure I'm not running out of hard drive space, though. I have a little bit of a situation there. It'll be a stressful one, but hopefully it's not a stressful race. 10th was indeed where we qualified. It was the best I could offer, really. I just ecstatic to make it into Q3. So didn't pick up enough to compete in Q3, but it was good to be there. This strategy is interesting. Pitting on lap 4. I hope that's going to be common. I feel like we might be a little screwed not qualifying 11th, because I have a feeling that the AI in 11th is probably going to go soft to medium in one stop of the race, so we might have that to deal with. But we'll deal with that when we get there. Alright, here we go. Really good run down into turn 1. It's not one of those ones where you get a huge, long lunge at people, but there's enough room you can kind of make something happen. Seems like our car does not get away too terribly well, though. Made something happen there. I don't know if it's going to hold. Oh, it is. Oh, I've been hit. I think those two got together. But we escape. We escape without any damage, and then really just a minor bit of contact right there. So that's good. It was a sneaky move. I'm pretty pretty pleased with my ability to see that hole about to open up. Get your minds out of the gutter. Now, holding off Hamilton here won't be easy. But really what we need to do is try to build as much of a gap on the 11th to 13th place cars as we can early. Holding okay in the draft here, not really pulling up next to him or anything. Alright, let's not Verstappen Perez down into this hairpin.
Well done, mate. Nice start.
Thanks! That's an easy curve to hop.
Pit window, you'll be on the softs.
Yeah, we really need to build, you know, at least I would say a 5 to 10 second lead on 11th place if we're going to not be totally screwed by this two-stop strategy. We'll end up behind them, but we'll end up behind them on better tires, so it's not like we have to necessarily be in front of them. Overall, the car just feels really good here. I'm using a pretty unique setup, I would say. I have it really low, much lower than I ever ran the Haas car, because the Haas never seemed to respond well to running very low. It would get to, like, the only word I can think of is porpoisey. But this one really seems to handle the lowness just fine. It grinds the curbs pretty bad. That one right there, if I go 4 off right there, it hits really hard. But as far as I know, they don't track floor wear in this game. There's no floor damage model or anything like that. So I get to have a little bit of a, I would say, a sneaky setup that runs lower than a real F1 car could run. Got some
Race
fuel left.
officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available.
I'm quite surprised Hamilton's not running us down here. Car does feel very good. Not perfect, but it just seems, I don't know, it almost seems like it suits me a little bit more than the Haas did. I feel a bit more comfortable with it. We could get that engine to put down the power that it needs, then we might have ourselves a really good combination. Me and the McLaren. I feel like I'm struggling a little bit more to hold Perez now than I was, but I'm pretty sure I'm within DRS range there, so that'll help. See, it just wants to step out right there. I mean, I have this setup. Oh, I didn't get DRS. Interesting. I have this setup quite odd. It's what I would call a mullet setup, where it's business in the front, party in the back. Because I have, I believe, 5 wing in the front and only 2 in the rear. Quite an odd setup.
Box, we're coming in this lap.
Alright, we'll see what our gap to those that started on softs ended up being. Almost ran it too wide there. I run a dramatically different line through this whole section than they do. Car continues to be very fuel efficient. I'm just running in rich mix right now and barely reducing the range. It's like it can't use enough fuel is a problem with the engine. Like, the rich mode just isn't giving it enough power boost.
Pit now, pit now.
I'll pit where pit road is. I don't think I got it again there. It's very deceiving. These tires are starting to go off a bit. Nope. And Hamilton does have it. Oh, I feel blind not being able to look in the mirrors. He kept it in there. Everybody's gonna be pitting here. I've Hamiltoned it. Luckily, they paved that runoff. Thanks, Hamilton. Oh, he didn't pit behind me. I thought he did. Ooh, that got close. Oh, there was a little hang-up. We're not totally free of them.
Go, go, go. You'll be
We didn't get
racing on the
held.
exit.
That's nice. Welcome to last, everybody.
Clear of the white line on the exit. Will receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Yeah, I'm quite concerned about this two-stop strategy, actually. I feel like we might be in trouble. Car would need to be a lot faster than the cars on mediums for this to work, which isn't impossible, but it's going to be a fight for sure. I have to remember next pit stop to exit and check the hard drive space.
Advise moving to mix 2. Fuel to mix 2.
Actually wasn't that low. We lost a couple tenths. Oh, still no DRS. Wow. That, I swear that looks like it's less than a second, but very difficult to tell. Because that turn is so slow, and then the straightaway is so fast, that second gap is quite deceptive looking. Ooh! Okay. Maybe there is floor damage, because the sound of that floor dragging the ground lasted a lot longer than the curb lasted. Oh, that sounded bad. Right, so we come out in 16th, ahead of everybody that went an extra lap on the first set of tires. Oh, that was an ugly sound, though. Do not want. It seems like we're catching the cars now that haven't pit. So
The car behind has come in. They're now on the soft tyre. Softs on the car behind.
yeah, we're definitely catching the cars that had not pit. So that might actually work out for us just fine. The 2 versus the 1 stop. Even though we're on softs, the tire wear is quite bad here. Especially if they're going to run like they are. That is a gaggle. Dropping down and doing a little energy harvesting. Goodbye, Pylon. It was nice knowing you. Surprised I let it live this far. My name ain't Pylon Dodger. That got close. I must have freaked him out. Nice move. Thanks, me. I don't want to get held up too terribly long with anybody. We got to go. If you're on the 2-stop strategy, you have to push 100% the whole race. Easy. Get out of there. Get out of there. Yeah! Nice move. And we get DRS. Perez is going to have DRS and draft versus us in a slower car. Oh, it was hard to get it slowed down there, but I managed. Oh, they collided behind us. They touch, they touch. Oh, the pylon's still there. Oh, that's a terrible noise.
We're trailing our teammate by 16.9 seconds.
Wow, that's the difference between pitting and not pitting right now. Alonso might be in a catbird seat right now. I'd have to make up 16 seconds on him overall throughout the whole race. Which isn't going to happen if we're stuck behind cars like we are right now. Who would have thought making it to Q3 would be our penalty of the week? The thing that we would fight against. He gave way there. It's good for us. These are cars that have not hit yet, so we have, 4 or 5 laps, newer tires. Well, you could really surprise them into there.
You made it look easy.
Yeah, because he got freaked out. Like, Alonso's at the start-finish line now. I gotta keep track of how much speed I'm carrying into that turn. Got some fuel to use, mine as well. Alonso might be on the better strategy, but I think we're still going to have ourselves a darn good race here. In position to do better than we qualify, which is always pleasant. As bad as it felt, in Australia and even the beginning of the week in Bahrain, just fighting for points felt like pleasant nonsense. Williams in 9th. That's how you know it's been a bit of a weird race. Not quite. But I got the exit. He got tight. Alright, now we got some free track. Let's see what kind of laps we can do. Boy, this thing's really good on the brakes. No.
+1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target +1.
I'm in rich, I believe. I can't use any more fuel. Maybe I turned it down from there at some point. Boy, I really do not want to pause this game and check the recording for the pit stop, but I need to do it. I've never recorded lossless before. I have no idea how much size it will be using, or if it's even actually recording lossless, because I swear it wasn't using the right rate control settings that I had been using.
Our gap to the car in front is
2.8
seconds.
boy, we get a great run out of there. I think it's that extra front downforce. It's the business up front that's giving us the run out of that turn. I'm gonna have to brake earlier for this hairpin though. Pushing it too far. What lap will be pitting on? Somewhere like 16, 17? No, probably further than that. So we really aren't going to be running these tires down very far, I don't think. I think that's part of what happens when you have a two-step difference in tires. We go from ultras, skip the supers, and go to softs. So you end up not running these softs very, very much, especially in a shorter race like this. Oh boy, it bottomed out and trying to kick sideways right there. That was dicey. I see a yellow flag out of us here. Jeff hasn't told us about because he sucks.
Caution, caution.
Who did? Looks like one of the Haas's. Yeah, Magnussen is out of the race. Well, there's a position.
Green flag.
Well, that is early in the season to be having parts failures already. I'm not really catching Verstappen here, which is bothering me. I don't know which strategy he's on. I think he's on the same one as us. I also don't know which one Kimmy's on. I don't know what anybody's strategy around us is right now.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.8 seconds.
That is exactly what I heard last update. Pit stop information? Oh, it's not working. Okay, never mind then. I must not have the mic set up right. I'll just wait for him to tell me. He's certainly giving me lots of trouble right now. I think it's my run out of this turn that's saving me. Ouch. Hamilton's out of the race. Fix your cars, people. Wow. It's only race 3. There goes Alonso pitting now.
Fernando's in the pits.
So yeah, I would imagine somewhere like lap 16 or so. I have to imagine they're going to mediums, which will be a little bit quicker than us, probably after a couple laps. But once we get new softs, we should be running, I would say, somewhere around a second a lap faster, I would think. I would hope. It's the only way the strategy is going to really work. Okay, where Hamilton blew up. Looks like it.
Okay, clear. Gap to car in front is 3.5 seconds.
I love the okay clear after never telling me of anything that was wrong. We've not really caught Verstappen at all here. tires are a little warm. Nice run through there, that was good. Crunch. Scrape.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
3.1, you actually got this quite a bit. But honestly, it feels like as fuel's burning out, the handling's starting to really kind of come around for me a bit. Not quite as understeery as it was. Yeah, that's my best Sector 1. Yeah, now that the tires are burned off, the car is actually kind of come around for me quite a bit. Which is a good thing. It's nice to have a car that runs well late in a run. It's not an easy thing to accomplish. I used to hate this turn, that little complex right there, so much. But as I've really learned this track, I've just adapted quite nicely to it. Save a little battery power here. Pretty sporty lap. Verstappen's pitting already. That's early. Probably trying to undercut a little bit there.
The gap to the car ahead is 10.2 seconds.
Saw the difference between us there as I was closing in that lap. Not as good of a turn one this time around. I'll be interested to see where we actually end up in the field. I'm guessing somewhere in like the 7th range, something like that. But I think we're going to have a fight on our hands after that pit stop. Are we not pitting this lap? Are we going to 16? Seems like it.
We've pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
I don't want to do that just yet. I want to be running as quick a lap times as I can right now. Just to avoid too much undercut there. Trying to get a view of the map as to see where Verstappen is, and I think that's him
in this lap, push
behind the second Force India. So he might be down in like 10th, somewhere in that range. But again, we're going to have a very differing tire strategy here. I'm curious to see if we really outpace some cars in that last run. Boy, that would be fun. Late race, better tires, cut through the field.
Quick word on the tyres, they look okay for now, but we can see the wear. If you can't feel it already, then you'll certainly start too soon. Just be careful.
It's a good thing we're pitting this lap then. Pretty much used exactly the good out of this set. We've gotten the goods.
In this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
I'm glad that we were able to kind of walk away from Kimi there at the end of the run. I felt good. Hoping Verstappen being caught behind that Toro Rosso has given us a gap. I'm hoping anyway. Not be the case. Let's try and have a better pit entry here. I way overdrove it the first time. did it again. Not as bad. Alright, so how do I want to do this? We are still recording. Let me get to the pit box. Let me get through the pit stop, and then I'm going to pause it. Just so there's no funny business there. Alright, tires on.
Exit now.
Pit. Headed out. Paused. Okay. Alright, well, it looks like we're going to have a very low quality recording here. That was only 700 megabytes. That's it should be in the 5 to 10 gigabyte range. So apologies for that. I'll have to figure out what's going on. No idea. But let's finish out this race, and the pixels that you can see will hopefully be good ones.
Pit strategy.
I'm too nervous. I'm gonna make sure I'm recording. Yep, I am recording. Very nerve-wracking stopping a recording mid-race. Doesn't feel right. Alright, we are behind Ocon in 9th. That's kind of what I was expecting. Verstappen actually went to mediums. Wow. I would not have predicted that at all. I guess they thought they couldn't make it to the end of the race on softs. Pitting just 2 laps earlier than us. Well, we should have more speed than him for sure right now. We were darn close before the stop, and now we're on newer, better tires. It was really a short run to the end. Better tires than Ocon right there. But we're not really in much company.
Good job.
At the moment. Looks like there's pretty big gaps ahead of us. I was hoping to come out kind of behind a pack of cars. It's not seemingly the case. So we're gonna have to put in some really nice laps to try and catch up to. We got Leclerc ahead of us in 7th. And my main goal is trying to catch Alonso there in 8th. We'll have to see just how much better these tires are for a few laps. Purple sector, yeah. I figured this was going to be some quick laps.
Raikkonen is stopping now.
So that puts us up, what, 7th? So we're going to be fighting for 6th. And Alonso is currently in 5th. Nice day. That's a nice day for McLaren so far.
Some information on Leclerc. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Okay. That's good to know. Should make things a little easier for us. It'd be nice to sneak some DRS from him or something and just easily pass him. Help in our quest to catch Alonso. Okay, don't overdrive the car now. As tempting as it is. This is not a track that rewards that. I think we might have gotten it there. If not, we're still going to be in the draft. Oh yeah, he is slow. Seems like slow in the turns. No DRS, wow. That's odd. Boy, he did not go down without a fight.
Caution, caution.
Boy, that might be a safety car right there. That is a terrible spot that he is off track. Another failure. That is, I believe, as far as I'm tracking, the 4th car that is DNF'd in this race from a parts failure. That's wild. Why so much attrition?
Our gap to the car in front is 5.3 seconds.
That's doable. We only got 10 laps to do it. But with the tire difference between us, I feel like it should be doable. These next 3 laps are going to be what dictate that, because that's where these tires are going to be at their best. I need to just be running qualifying laps right now. Alright. That was a pretty good exit. Not a lot of straightaway speed here, unfortunately. He's not racing anybody, unfortunately. That would really help us out. Grosjean, fast lap. Curious if I'm gonna beat that right now. Probably not. Oh, we did! Nice! Yeah, because I think I'm on softs and he's on mediums. I believe. Maybe not. I didn't see what our gap to Alonso was. Feels like it should have come down. Seems like it's going to be a rather topsy-turvy season. This is what I noticed out of Alonso last season, was that there were some races he was super competitive and right up at the front of the field, and other races where he was just way off the pace. Something about the car just does not work at some tracks. And, you know, it's up to me to figure out what the thing is that it needs to get it to work at all tracks. And I missed my marks a bit right there. Ouch. Still got plenty of time, though. Plenty of time. Pylon gone. That was probably enough of a hit to do it. 2.4. Oh yeah, we've been eating through that gap. I thought he was going to say out of the race. That would have been wild. Boy, it's kind of nice being able to take drinks without track IR freaking out. But I do miss it. I miss being able to spot cars that have runs on me. Nobody likes surprise runs. I think we're probably going to be there by next lap. At the rate we're going.
The gap to the car behind is 4.8 seconds.
Up into rich mix here. Get a little straightaway speed out of it. But now I gotta save some power. We are definitely here though. Bye, Pylon. I'll miss you. Even though I killed you. Use those high revs. Lots of engine braking to help the car rotate. This should be relatively easy, I think. Certainly have the speed through turns like that. So our tires are starting to equalize, I'm sure. I doubt that they are there. I doubt that they're equalized. We should have DRS here. Rich mix, please. Thank you. Walk in the park. Oh, and he got a bad exit out of the hairpin, too. I missed my pylon. I need it. Somebody put it back, please. DRS attack here. Whoa, he drove it down into turn 1. Made it stick, too. That's impressive. Now, the last thing we want to do is battle too much and let that Ferrari catch us. And there's some other cars behind him as well. Timmy's on similar strategy to me, so they're having really nice tires right now. Oh, he caught multiple seconds in that lap. So I have got to get around Alonso and keep it there. Basically the same situation here. I even got a better exit this time. He doesn't even try to defend. Just wise. There we go. Alright, now just don't screw up this last turn. Gosh darn it, I screwed up the last turn again. That pylon was really important to me, okay? I think I need to try and get this move done. Oh, that window closed really quick. I think I need to get it done before the straightaway and try and gap him a bit. Alonso always was known to be one that was hard to pass. Not a car you wanted to try and get around late in a race. You know the move I was trying to go for there. I used it so much in this race. But he closed the door on it. Oh, that noise is awful. Well, exactly the same situation. I'm getting another attempt at this to not screw it up. So let's just take it nice and easy here. Don't try and push that last turn so much. There we go. That should cement this position.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
What's going on with that? Where I was previously able to use the shifter to change the modes, I'm having to do it like twice to get it to engage now. It's weird. I think if I had cleared Alonso sooner, made that first attempt stick, I might have had a chance to run down Vettel, who, by the way, I believe has gone from 18th on the grid to 3rd. But I don't think we have enough time now to get that done. Messed with Alonso for too long.
Okay, gap ahead is 5.3 seconds.
I have to take multiple seconds a lap out. This car is still really good, so it's possible. But I would say it's improbable. go. I've relearned the last turn without my pylon.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
I don't feel like I drive it into turn 1 as hard, but I feel like I get a much better run through the center of the turn for it. Trying to kick out on me in the exit there. Podium would be super cool, but not necessary to risk spinning or doing something crazy in the end of this race to really push for it.
Grosjean has the lead.
Why does he keep saying that? Is he just surprised? Or is he like mocking me? Yay, that guy that replaced you? Yeah, he's winning right now. How does that feel? I think you're supposed to be on my side, Jeff. He never really was on our side. That engineer is a spy. That was a quality joke.
The car in front is 3.5 seconds.
I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. And if you know what I'm talking about, A, you're old, and B, I'm proud of you. Two laps, the gap is definitely dropping. I feel like I have to ult him, do a lot of commentary here because you might not even be able to see what's going on. It's seriously, the footage that I looked at looked like 720p or less quality. I have no idea why. It looked like the very first F1 career video, which was... Oh no! I screwed that up. It was oh no. I tried to stream this series. It was originally going to be a Twitch series. And boy howdy, that did not work at all. Even with the mistake, we definitely closed.
One lap of fuel remaining.
Well, I think that should be enough, Jeff.
This is your final lap.
Shut your
Final
trap.
lap of the race.
2.6.
Leading our teammate by 3.7 seconds.
Remember how I said I shouldn't try to push and do crazy things? I'm still pushing and trying to do crazy things. Even though there's too much gap to close at this point. There's no way. There's no way. Gosh, you got so close. I could smell Ferrari blood. And in case you're wondering, that smells like money. Oh, Alonso lost place. That's too bad. Still a good result, though, if he holds on to, what, 6th?
The gap to the car ahead is 2.7 seconds.
It seemed like it dropped below that. Yeah, if not for messing around with Alonso for so long, I would have had a chance for a podium today. That's too bad. But no shame in this race. We got absolutely the result that I felt like I could get. As soon as I started practice, I felt like this was a race that we could really do well in. Grosjean wins for Haas. I believe Danny Rick for 2nd with Red Bull. Vettel 3rd, Ferrari. 4th, Red in McLaren.
Nice work, you did well today. I think the boss will be happy with that one.
I hope so. I do hope so.
A great win then for the Haas team today.
I think we're going to hear that
Here
a
come
lot.
our winning drivers then out onto the podium at the end of a thrilling Grand Prix. The drama and excitement are over, and it's time to let it all sink in.
Congratulations.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Romain Grosjean takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result.
With a
Moving
tie.
on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
I'm going to go for Sebastian Vettel.
I would say
People
so.
have suggested before that he can't race wheel to wheel, but as he showed today, it's nonsense.
On to the constructors
Nonsense.
then. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
Sure, no mention of McLaren. We moved up, but that's not important. This battle for third, I think, is going to be really interesting this season. First and second, probably going to be Haas versus Ferrari. Probably. It's early to say, but I feel like the battle for third is going to be spicy. Mercedes, what are you doing? How are you still in 8th with 2 points? What? Where did they finish? 12th? Oh, and a DNF. Unbelievable. What has happened to that team this season? Boy, there's a lot of people that watch Real F1 that have been waiting for that to happen. Something happened at the start of this race. I don't remember what it was. Contact or close? I'm not sure. It was a long time ago. Pretty good. Oh, right, there was this. 3 wide. I gave a lot of room. Oh, I guess Hamilton got into the Force India. They just ran out of room. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. It was a good start. It was a good start. Quite pleased. Hey, can I rewind? I can! Look at this! I have the ability to rewind and fast forward and rewind again and fast forward. Wow. That only took, what, 3 seasons? Actually, I don't think I could do that in 2017 either, so it's been a long time. Well, that was the Chinese Grand Prix, and it was fun. I'm sorry if the recording looks like butts. I'll try to get that fixed for next time. But thanks, as always, for watching.